Cara Delevingne has had quite the career, but has recently left a lot of her fans feeling concerned. Cara's 30 years old now, but she started her career early on in life. She came onto the scene as a model and ended up modeling for some of the biggest brands. She later ended up acting on the big screen in several major productions. Throughout the years, she's always displayed this fun personality and has always been surrounded by tons of A-list friends. She surrounded herself among names such as Taylor Swift and Margot Robbie. But over the years, this fun-loving personality has actually turned into something fans are looking more closely at and have been wondering if something much more serious was happening behind the scenes. Rumors have swirled about her using substances and being under the influence, especially ever since Cara attended the Billboard Music Awards with Meg Thee Stallion. People have been noting that something seemed a little off and they were worried about her. As Meg was walking the red carpet back in May, Cara was very closely by either hyping her up or playing with her dress, and although some thought she was doing too much, others were wondering, was she on something? What's going on? She isn't exactly acting like a professional in this environment, especially when you're on a red carpet. You know, all eyes are on you. You want to be on your best, looking your best. And she was simply just having a time. And people didn't know whether she was just having a really fun night with Meg and trying to be funny and make some jokes, or if there was something more going on. Footage from inside the event still had people thinking that she wasn't acting herself or like she had in the past, and people thought she was definitely annoying those around her.
The thing is that was the flattest speech I ever gave. I was like, yeah. I love you too. Wait, I love you guys together. That's my mom.
And let's have some applause, please, in 5.
She later went on The Tonight Show in July and addressed the award show night, saying she was just living her best life and that was all.
No one understood what was happening because you weren't quite at the awards nor with her. You were off to the side.
Yes.
And if you don't even look at that, here's Megan Thee Stallion. You see Megan? And then off to the side, that's you, yeah.
And you know, so she was on the red carpet, so I was standing behind, and then she was trying to, you know, the thing with the fashion, you try and stick your own thing, and she couldn't really. So I was helping her, and I was like doing it and going like, yeah, go, like, you know, I was hyping her up, being a hype woman.
This is you, yeah. You flipped her scarf, and then you were like, yeah,
go
get him, go!
Yeah, and then like I walked in and I had a seat in the front row. I'm like, I'm not meant to be here. Like, so I was like, hi, and then like I was getting on the floor taking pictures. And that's what I do because I'm like, I don't know, I was just really excited. I was like, let me get the right angle, guys. I'm a photographer.
It was so fun. I'm like, I have no idea. I don't know
that's
what
life, but people found it a bit odd, which people find me odd, but that's me.
Yeah, why not?
But during the interview, viewers noticed that she had shaky hands and she was speaking really quickly, and some were wondering if she was nervous or just had an energetic, excited personality. Others were kind of filled with worry and shamed her team for even letting her do this interview, feeling like she was maybe under the influence during it, saying things like, "This is so sad. I hope she gets the help she needs. She needs a break ASAP. Shame on her management for putting her through this in that state. Shame on her team for letting her do that. Someone needs to intervene and help Cara." Last month especially, concern grew and grew following photos and videos of Cara at the airport in Burbank, California at the very beginning of last month. Photos were taken of her where she seemed to be confused. Reports say that after initially boarding one of Jay-Z's private jets in Los Angeles, the flight never took off and she got off at 45 minutes later. She was just sitting at the airport and walking around. She had no shoes on and people noticed that she seemed to have bruises on her arms. Fans grew even more concerned after Cara failed to attend the launch of her own capsule collection with the late Karl Lagerfeld in New York. it was New York Fashion Week, and for her to miss that and for her to be featuring her own collection and not show up, that was definitely something that people found alarming. The day of her own New York Fashion Week event, Margot Robbie was seen visiting Cara in Los Angeles, and people caught photos of her leaving from talking with Cara, and she seemed extremely upset in these photos. Cara never made it to New York, but eventually did post on social media about the collection and to wish Karl Lagerfeld a late happy birthday. She posted saying, "Happy belated birthday, Karl Lagerfeld. What an honor that the Cara Loves Karl collection is now available. I'm so proud of it. The New York City takeover looks amazing. Tag me in your pictures from Times Square." As more and more eyes seemed to be focused on what was going on with her, it looked as though her friends and family were starting to take action. Like I said, it seemed like Margot Robbie paid her a visit to check in on her, and it seems like after Cara failed to show up for her New York Fashion Week event, her sister also flew into town to Los Angeles. Fans who have been worried seem happy that her friends and family have been taking notice and seemingly been taking action to try and help her. And sources have reported that Cara is in need of help and said that she hasn't exactly said no to getting that help, but she is taking her time in seeking it out. But her friends and family have been trying their best to move the process along and really get her to get this help that she needs. It's honestly such a sad situation when you think about it, because Cara really is such a big name and she was such an up and coming star and she's getting all these opportunities, and to see how everything has been going as of recently, it is really upsetting. And I hope that nothing that she has done or said or any of the ways that she's acted among some of these people that she has had close friendships with at these events and all these things ruined anything for her. I'm sure that Karl Lagerfeld's team and everybody that worked on the collection was extremely disappointed to know that she didn't show up for the event, and I don't think that makes her look very good in the eyes of anybody that was working on that, and probably will have them thinking twice about doing something in the future, which certainly just sucks and has had a lot of people hoping that, you know, her family can really get a move on getting some help just to prevent any further damage to connections she might have or just business partners in general. But it does seem like things were able to be mostly kind of mended when she did show up in Paris this month. Last week, she was seen looking much different than she did at the airport that one day, making a whole appearance at Paris Fashion Week. She was there debuting designs from Cara Loves Karl, which probably meant a lot, stating that she missed their showing in New York Fashion Week. And like I said before, a lot of people felt like that was probably really damaging to her working with them. And now that she was showing up in Paris, it probably meant a lot and redeemed her. But her appearance hasn't stopped the photogs from wanting answers from Cara. That is for sure. This entire thing that has been going on with people watching Cara and wondering, you know, if she's okay, has definitely caused like the paparazzi to want to be around her more, and people want to get a statement. They want to get a statement from her or just images of her, and it's turned into a very serious issue for her own safety, and not only just hers, but her friends. This past weekend, all seemed to be going wrong when she was on a trip. It came out that Margot Robbie and her were hanging out again, and the two were spotted in Argentina, but it was not without its drama. The two were apparently leaving a restaurant last Sunday when the paparazzi allegedly rushed them and started taking photos very aggressively, so aggressively that their Uber driver got super spooked and just tried to drive away, okay? And as they were driving away, Cara was in the car, but Margot was like half in and half out. She had to like jump out of the vehicle, and witnesses claim that the paparazzi ran off and like fell on his own because of all this that had gone down. But he is not saying that is how it all went down. He is blaming the people that were with Cara and Margot. So they were not alone when they went out that one night. They were also with Margot Robbie's husband and producer Josie McNamara and key grip Jack Hopkins. And the producer that they were with and the key grip that they were with are the ones that the paparazzi are claiming actually like hurt him and was getting aggressive with him and like pushed him. And he literally wants to sue because he hurt his arm really bad and he like sent in photos to Daily Mail of him laying in the hospital bed with his arm all wrapped up, and he is putting all the blame on the people that were with the girls that night. It's just really insane. And I mean, there's witnesses literally saying that the paparazzi was very aggressive that night, specifically him, and he got himself in that type of situation that ended up with him getting hurt. This is just like such a conversation that a lot of people have about paparazzi and how they treat celebrities and their respect level, and when it involves someone in a very serious situation, it's just so horrible, the lack of respect and the boundaries and not wanting another person to be safe. I mean, it's just ridiculous. But that has been the whole situation with Cara the last 2 months, of people talking about what's kind of going on, what her family has kind of said, what has been going on with her and her friends and her business. It's clearly been a lot, but I do think that it was really good that she did make it to Paris Fashion Week this month. But that's what's going on. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.